Hey everybody, it's Ron from Pick Dawgz, and this is Ron's Big Shot Breakdown. We're going to go over 5 college basketball games for Saturday, December 31st, 2022. Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. If you like what you see, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to put your college basketball picks in the comment section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at the Premium Picks tab at pickdawgz.com. Alrighty, let's get into it. Here are the games for Saturday, December 31st. First up, it's New Mexico taking on Wyoming. This one's going to be 4 o'clock Eastern on Fox Sports 1. Now, we took New Mexico in their most recent game against Colorado State. That was a blowout win at home, 88-69. And now New Mexico is 13-0, still a perfect record this season, and they're 1-0 in conference play. But I mentioned, even when we took New Mexico in their most recent game, that the value was starting to slip with the Lobos, especially because they're undefeated. You know, the lines are getting a little bit inflated and a little bit overvalued, but now this is a spot where I do think the value is on the other side with the Wyoming Cowboys, because this is a road game here for New Mexico. We know they have such a big home court advantage, not as strong away from home. And this is a solid Wyoming team that I think can compete with New Mexico in this ballgame. You know, Wyoming is 81st right now in adjusted offensive efficiency. Pretty good shooting team, especially with their 2-point field goals, where they're 47th ranked in the nation. Now, they are on a 3-game losing streak, but when you look at the 3 teams that they played, all 3 of those games were either at a neutral site or on the road, and they were against some solid competition: Dayton, St. Mary's, and Fresno State. 3 really good defenses. Now you're playing a New Mexico team that's not necessarily worried about the defensive end, more of an offense-first kind of team. I do think that this matchup benefits Wyoming a lot more. Like I said, the value is just not there anymore with New Mexico, in my opinion. I'm going to take the Wyoming Cowboys here, a really good buy low spot with the Cowboys after their three-game losing streak, and a sell high spot with the New Mexico Lobos, who are on a 13-game win streak. Next up, it's Middle Tennessee taking on Western Kentucky. This one 4 o'clock Eastern on CBS Sports Network. I think there's some big issues right now with Western Kentucky basketball, and they're on a 3-game losing streak. They lost 3 games to teams that you would expect Western Kentucky to beat most times, and teams that are ranked worse than WKU in KenPom rankings. And you look at the defense, especially back on December 14th, giving up 94 points to Louisville. And this is a Louisville team that's ranked 313th in KenPom in adjusted offensive efficiency. You give up those 94 points. Then your most recent game against Rice, it's your home opener in conference play. You give up 81 points. So I'm just not impressed with this Western Kentucky team at all right now. And now you're going on the road against a very good Middle Tennessee defense that's played a much tougher schedule. And the Blue Raiders, a very good rebounding team, ranked 49th in the country in defensive rebounding. That's been a problem for Western Kentucky this season, 257th in offensive rebounding percentage. And you look at the fact that Middle Tennessee is able to force plenty of turnovers, top 25 in turnover percentage on defense. Like I said, a tougher schedule for Middle Tennessee to play. Now they're playing at home in this game, their first game at home in the conference schedule. I think this is a good spot for Middle Tennessee, and I think Western Kentucky goes to 4 games in their losing streak. So give me Middle Tennessee in this spot. I'm going to lay the points. Next up, we see Boston College taking on Syracuse. This one 2 o'clock Eastern on the ACC network. You know, Boston College is not the type of team that I think can beat Syracuse, or at least compete in this game. As when you look at the numbers, this is one of the worst 3-point shooting teams in college basketball. 352nd ranked in 3-point shooting as a team, 26.6%. Against that 2-3 zone, that Boeheim 2-3 zone, that's just not going to work. Now, Boston College a little bit better in their offensive rebounding numbers, top 200 in the country, but still, I don't think it's enough. I just don't think this offense has enough firepower to beat the legendary 2-3 zone. A zone defense is going to be able to force plenty of turnovers in this matchup. And the Syracuse offense, it's also playing pretty well this year, coming off a game against Pittsburgh where they lost that game in the end, but they scored 82 points despite not having a very good shooting night. Syracuse was just 6 of 24 from 3, 25%, yet they still put up 82 points in that game. I think Syracuse is going to roll in this matchup. They had a 5-game win streak that was snapped by Pittsburgh's loss. I think they go back on a win streak here. Give me Syracuse laying the points. Next up, it's St. John's and Seton Hall. This one's going to be 12 o'clock Eastern, so an early start time on Fox Sports 1. Now, St. John's is not a team I'm looking to back very often when they're playing away from home. They're already 0-2 this season in their true road games, and last year they only won 4 road games all year. And in a conference matchup against a solid Seton Hall defense, I do think St. John struggles yet again in this one, and I think Seton Hall is going to grab their first conference win. They played some tough teams in Big East play. Providence, Xavier, and Marquette. Those are three of the tougher teams in the Big East, and two of those games were true road games. The other game was a 4-point loss to Providence, a very close game in that one. Seton Hall has not had a very good start to the year shooting the basketball. This is a team ranked 246th in effective field goal percentage, 308 in three-point percentage as a team. Now, do I think this is an offensive juggernaut? No, but I do think that Seton Hall is going to get better shooting numbers as we continue this season. The defense is already in good form, a pretty good rebounding team just in terms of offensive rebounding, so we can expect some second chance opportunities for the Pirates here. And playing at home, I think this is a pretty good spot for the Pirates, more so than St. John's team that just does not play well away from home. So give me Seton Hall here, laying the points. Next up, the final game we're going to talk about for Saturday's card in college basketball. It's Louisiana and Old Dominion, 2 o'clock Eastern in the Sun Belt Conference. Now, both teams are off to pretty good starts this year, winning records thus far. Louisiana 10-3, Old Dominion 8-5. However, both teams lost their opener in conference action. Louisiana losing 77-76 to a Coastal Carolina team that's not really having a great year this year, so I don't love that loss for Louisiana, even though it was a true road game. Old Dominion losing to an Arkansas State team that's also having a pretty rough start to the year. You lose that game by 3 points, so both teams got to be disappointed with their first game in Sun Belt action, looking for a win here, but I do like Old Dominion's chances to grab a win at home in this spot, and I think this Old Dominion offense is really underrated right now. This is a team that's not really shooting the ball very well. It's ranked 271st in effective field goal percentage, but when you look at the fact that this is a very good offensive rebounding team, they take care of the basketball better than most teams in the country, ranked 38th in turnover percentage on offense, 38th, and also in offensive rebounding percentage. They're also a team that gets to the free throw line a ton, so even though you're not a great shooting team on paper, if you're able to take care of the ball, not turn the ball over much, get a lot of field goal opportunities, get to the free throw line, your offense is going to benefit. When you're playing a defense like Louisiana, who's ranked 320th in three-point defense, giving up 37.2% to their opposition from the perimeter, I just don't really trust this Louisiana defense, especially on the road. We've seen them struggle away from home this season. I think Old Dominion's defense good enough here, so give me the Monarchs to grab a win at home. I'm going to take them on the money line. And that's it. Those are the games for New Year's Eve, December 31st. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. And don't forget to put your college basketball picks in the comments section below. Again, if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pick Dawgz Premium. As always, this is Ron Romanelli. Good luck.